All right, I'm looking at another Fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with issue. I want the yellow S to be true. The double S would be interesting. If we did something like that, we could do, I don't know, bossy. We're going to boss the puzzle around and tell us to give us the answer. Okay. Well, interesting. No contradictions from that. So we could still do a double S with new letters, but then it gets tricky with what's going to be, what's going to be at the end. Because if we do a double S, then that means the rest of these are true. The gray S is the lie on both of these. So there's no I, no O, no U, no E. It's only A's at that point. Could we do something like salsa? I think we could. Yeah. With a double S, but in a little bit different place. That would still work. Let's go with salsa. Okay. Okay, so now we know that either there is an S or there isn't. So at most there's one S, right? If there's two S's, then these are both lies. So that's not possible. So at most there's one S. So that means that this cannot be true. If this was true, no, this can't be a lie. This has to be true. If this was a lie, this would be true. You'd have two S's, and we can't have two S's. So this has to be true. This also can't be a lie, because again, this would be true. You'd have two S's, so that one has to be true. Therefore, if this is a lie, it can't be because it's supposed to be yellow. Because if you have one S and there's two in the guess, the first one would be colored yellow. This one up here, this would work. If you have one S somewhere that's not second or third, this one would be true. But here, this can't be yellow. So if it's a lie, it's because there's no S. So either there's an S fourth or there's no S. Those are the only options. So this cannot be an S. That is definitely true. Now, this could be the lie because there is an S. Otherwise, this is a lie because there's no S. That's all I really know. If there is an S, it's fourth. If we have the S there, then that makes the green and the yellow true. So we need to have an I, U, or E, and a B, O, or Y. So what if we did, S-E, and what if we did O-S-E? That would be good. The new letters, we could do whose. Who's lying? It's the wrong kind of whose. Okay, well, that was really good. Really good. Because we know that if there is an S, it has to be fourth. So this is impossible. That is the lie. Wow. Okay, well, that was huge. So chose would work. Oh, okay. Well, we know the E is the lie. So these are all true. So there is an S fourth. So this is true. One of these is the O is the lie because we know there's an O. And we know there's an E. So that's the lie up there. These are all true. This is the lie. These are true. So it's H-O-S-E. Those. There we go. You won. It was those. It was those letters in that order. Okay. Well, whose was amazing because it was so close to being right. And then we just had to figure out the correct letter at the beginning. So very nice. Well, let me know if you had some issues with this puzzle today or if you chose good guesses and got there quickly. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.